Hey, third grade. Today we are going to apply the distributive property as a strategy to find the total area of a large rectangle by adding two products. All right, let's take a look. Area is the amount of space an object takes up. So you have to think about the inside. So when I look at this rectangle right here, I can see it's broken up into units. In order to find the units or to answer the question, how many squares did she use to cover the rectangle, I could literally count every single one of these squares in order to find that answer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it would be 12 squares. So I know that the area of the rectangle in square units would be 12. Oops. Let me make that a little bit neater. It would be 12 square units. Now, if I wanted to answer this question where it says each square is 1 square unit, which rectangle has the largest area? How do you know? I know area is the amount of space an object takes up. So I could literally just count every single one of these squares again, and every single one to see which one has the largest area. Now, that could take a little bit of time, which is fine, but you also have another strategy. You could turn this into a multiplication problem by looking at it as an array. When I look at rectangle A, I see that there are 3 units on that go up and down, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 units that go across. So I would put 6U for 6 units and 3U. I could say 3 times 6 equals 18. So I know that there's 18 square units in that rectangle. In rectangle B, I see there's 2 units that go across and there's 4 units that go up and down. So I could make that into a multiplication sentence. 2 times 4 equals 8. So I know that the area of this rectangle would be 8 square units. And for rectangle C, this one's easy. There's 1 unit that goes across, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 units. So I would literally just multiply 1 times 10 equals 10. So there's 10 units, 10 square units in this rectangle. And they're asking which one has the largest area. So I know it's going to be rectangle A has the largest one because I multiplied my length and my width to get the area. So you multiplied your length times your width to get the area. And that's a strategy that you guys are going to start depending on when it comes to area, because you're not always going to have it broken up into units for you. They're just going to give you the side lengths, and you're going to have to know that you have to multiply the length by the width. All right, so now, last week you guys were mathematicians and you worked on the distributive property. We're going to do the same thing with these two problems, and this is what your independent work is going to look like today. So it's really important that you're paying close attention to this slide. It says label the side lengths of the shaded and the unshaded rectangles. Then find the total area of the large rectangle by adding the two areas of the smaller rectangles. Basically, this is the distributive property. If I wanted to find the total area of this whole rectangle, I could multiply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 times 7, because that's the length times the width. That is a larger multiplication problem. So what they want you to do is they want you to break it up into two smaller multiplication problems, and they're giving you the shaded rectangle and the unshaded rectangle. So watch how I fill this in. I see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units that run from here to here that are shaded. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 units that run on the side length. So if I wanted to make this a multiplication problem, I'm going to be a mathematician just like I was last week. So I would start with my original problem, 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, times 7 equals, my first rectangle is 8 times 5 plus my second rectangle from here to here, my unshaded, is 2 units here and 8 units here. My length and my width, there's 2 units for my length, there's 8 for my width. So I'm going to say 2 times 8. So 8 times 7, 8 times 5, that's easy because counting by 5s is easy. That's 40 plus 2 times 8 is 16. 8 times 7, 40 plus 16, that's kind of a bigger problem to do in your head. So do that work off to the side. 40 plus 16, that's 56. Square units. There's 40 units here and there's 16 units here. I added the areas of the 2 small rectangles together, 40 plus 16, to get my total 56 square units. Let's look at this second one. I'm going to make a line so it doesn't get confusing. The total area of the entire rectangle, let's count those units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my gosh, 9 times 13. I definitely don't know how to do that, right? 13 is a larger number, so we broke it up and we're going to find the area of the shaded rectangle first, and then we're going to find the area of the non-shaded, and then we'll add them together to find the total area. So 9 times 13, so let's find the area of the shaded first. There's 9 units that run up and down, so there's my length times my width. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that equals 9 times 10. There's 10 here. Then over to the unshaded, there's 3 units that are my length for the non-shaded, and there's 9 units that are my width. So I would add plus 9 times 3. So 9 times 13 equals 9 times 10. Again, you're just counting by tens. That's 90. So this would be 90 plus 9 times 3 is 27. So I know this is 27. So then 9 times 13 equals 90 plus 27. That's really big. So let's do that off to the side. 90 plus 27. That's 117. Always do the work off to the side. Don't try to do it in your head. Square units. So 9 times 13 is 117 square units. We found that by breaking it up into 2 smaller pieces. And we knew the 2 smaller pieces because we find the area of the shaded, then the non-shaded, and then we just add them up. But we look like mathematicians. Don't we look like a mathematician right here? Look at all that beautiful work. All right, so now you guys are going to do a couple problems independently. Feel free to watch this part again if you need help with it. Are you ready? All right, good luck, guys.